Hi, Darren here from tradingthehorses.com. Just a very brief overview video to show you what you can expect to see once you log into the site and the basic navigation around tradingthehorses.com, so you can make the very most of this exciting new website and software tools within it. So you'll see here we've already logged in to the site, and we've got a basic menu toolbar going across here. So the home page, of course, THH, which is the Trading the Horses software tool itself. We've also got Odds Matcher, which is the odds finding software between the bookmakers and the betting exchanges. We've got a chat area, which is used for members within the site to discuss particular trades and particular strategies that are looking to employ with the actual software within the site. Lots of help there, regular members in there, senior members within the area, and certainly well worth one of your first ports of call once you do actually log into the site. We've got the help options there, which give a little bit more information on the actual way that you use the tool and the navigation around it. FAQs obviously speak for themselves. We're starting to build up also a library of videos, not only covering this particular site, but also a lot of general basic and some more advanced trading strategy videos as well, from a lot of the familiar names that you'll know around the professional trading circles. We've also got links into some of the established horse racing sites as well, so all of their latest content is here, so you don't have to go searching around finding any of the new stuff. When it's new and when it's added to the particular sites and to the sites like YouTube, then we will actually pull them in and they'll all be here. So really you don't need to go anywhere else if you want to pick up any of the latest trading based videos. A my account area, which obviously you would use to manage your own account, and if you need to contact us for any reason, add any comments or feedback, which we're always delighted to get, because obviously this is a relatively new site, so we are looking to get feedback, and we're taking a lot of things on board and just tweaking and changing things and adding new facilities as we get. Then obviously click on the contact us button, fill in the details, and we will respond to you as soon as we can. Okay, so I'm just going to drill down into these a little bit more, just to give you a brief idea of your way around once you actually get in. The home page itself, you would have seen that already, gives a little bit of an introduction as to what the service is all about, promotional video there, what you've actually got on the inside, and also just an extra link section down there. Really, we've got some general racing news, some of our software partners who, if you like this particular product, then you're going to love some of these other offerings which some of our established partners have actually got. And also quite important here is the newsletter as well. Would urge anyone to join, whether they're a member or not, onto the newsletter certainly, because that's when you're going to be getting the latest news, all details about the latest updates which come onto the site, and we've got some exclusive offers as well lined up for the new year. Once the site is sort of fully established and running, then again we're going to be some exclusive offers from some of our partners here, and also some of the bookmakers as well, so well worth being on the list, if only just to pick up a few exclusive options there. We've also got the usual social buttons down here as well, so again, good way to keep up to date and tracked in terms of what we're doing here. Obviously we've got Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook and YouTube, so any of those well worth just joining up to. You get all the latest news and any exclusive content as well will go onto there for our particular subscribers. Okay, back up to the top, we've got those social buttons up there as well, so again you can just pick those up from there. Okay, so if we drill down into, let's just move across there, because obviously this is the main software we want to look at. I'm just going to touch very quickly on each of these ones here. So we mentioned about Odds Matcher before. If we hover over that and we can select Odds Matcher, we've also got offers as well, which if we pick that, then this is a daily update, which is courtesy of our partners over at bet72.com, and this is all the horse racing offers which are currently running with the various bookmakers at the moment. So what we'll see here is a full list there of the actual offers. These are fully searchable, so we can go in there. So if you're interested in offers, for example, just for say Haydock, I know there's a meeting on at Haydock today, so if we type Haydock into that box, then it's just going to filter that down automatically, so we can actually select. So on a big list like that, very easy just to pick out, you know, a particular race, or we're just interested in all the Betfair offers, for example. We can just do intuitive search in there, and these are updated daily. We pull them from the site, so you're always going to get the very latest offers in there. Likewise, Odds Matcher, you may know that from Bet72 as well. Effectively, this is a tool which will look at the prices from the bookmakers and the betting exchanges, and will compare the two, and will give us a rating in terms of the difference between the two. So it can be used for arbitrage purposes. More often than not, it's used for finding good matches when you actually got free bets and bonuses that you want to cash out with a bookmaker. Well worth paying that a visit. There's going to be a whole video on this anyway. What we're doing is a very brief overview here, and then we're going to produce individual videos on each of the subsections, so you can find out much more about Odds Matcher in one of our future videos. The chat area, as I said before, that's probably one of your first ports of call. You want to go in there. We've got senior members in there, so we can just log into the site there, and it will take us immediately into the room. So we're going to have a list of the actual users that are there. We can see already people are starting to drop stuff into the chat room, and it's a very good place just to even drop questions into if you want to get people just to sort of sanity check what you're looking to do, or certainly with the regular pros that are actually in there, then we can use that in order to give our personal opinions on the market, or where we think particular things are going to go, because obviously everyone's interpretation is going to be slightly different. But again, we've got some very successful traders who are already using this tool and making some very good profits already. Following on with that is the help as well. So this is very useful, and certainly urge everyone to look at this first of all. This will just break the particular screens down. We'll show you exactly what each of the individual functions of the screen are as well. Again, we're going to do a full video on this, but this is certainly the place to look at if you want to find any information about your navigational areas around the screen. It will show you the overview screen here, which is used in order to select the particular races you're interested in, and then once you're within the actual software itself, how you interpret the information which is actually on the screen itself. So what we've got here is a breakdown of each of the individual components of the screen, and we've got some legends underneath which are just explaining exactly what they are. So again, familiarize yourself with that, because that's going to be a very much a key element of what you do moving forward. We've also got some example strategies. So the idea is basically looking at the software here, and if we see particular scenarios, then these are ones which have certainly worked for us in the pre-testing stage of the software, and since we've released it as well. So there'll be certain strategies which we'll look at if certain prices have shortened by a certain percentage over the last period of time, or whether they've drifted, and again we would apply those to the particular markets in question. So well worth having a read of those, and if anything, take some of these strategies on board and then just sit there and just watch the markets. No need to just jump straight in and start trading. The idea is to get a feel for the markets, how the particular price movements are going to affect other prices in and around the horses that you're actually looking at, and just get a general sort of gist of how things are moving. And you'll very quickly find that you're going to start to spot particular trends or patterns within the market, which you can then apply against some of these basic strategies, and indeed some of the ones that the guys throw up in the chat room as well. Further questions? Well, again, this is an area that we're looking to expand. It's additional questions that have been asked to us through the Contact Us, and people have emailed us as well. Obviously, if you do want to email us, then that's just tradingthehorses@gmail.com. Delighted to get any sort of feedback or questions through that. So yeah, we're building this help area up, and it's just some general explanation as to when you should trade and how you should really use the tool. So again, always worth checking there, because we're updating that quite regularly with additional information as well. Likewise with the FAQs as well. Again, similar to sort of side to the help, but you can see there we've got quite a big section building up now as well, but also it covers some of the administration sides of the site as well, so you've got some details there as well. Videos, like I say, we've got a video library which we're building up now, so it's just worth dropping in there each and every time, just to see what's new on there. And indeed, if you're fairly sort of new, or well, indeed even experienced, there's some really good stuff there by a lot of the top pros who have kindly let us share their videos on the site as well. My account, that just explains itself. That's where you'd go in, renew your subscriptions, and make any amendments you need to, such as passwords and things like that. And obviously the contact page, again, just drop in some information to us. So if we go into the main one here, which is the Trading the Horses actual tool, this takes us into an initial screen here. We're looking at this on Saturday afternoon on the 20th of December. Automated. First of all, people do say, well, why is it saying automated there? Basically what that means is this is just an automated tool, an automated page. You don't have to do anything here. We don't need to refresh anything. It's just going to come in and actually update the information here. You'll see if you look in the clock down there on the last changes, every now and again this will just flip over as the latest prices and the market information is pulled in every 10 seconds. So again, we're getting an update here. So this is a list of the races, or the next up and coming races on the particular day. We're covering UK and Irish racing in here, and we can then utilize any of the columns here to sort them in a certain order that we're interested in. So if we're just interested in looking at them purely in chronological order, then we can just click the date box there, and that will just bring everything up in actual order that the races are going to go off. Likewise, a lot of people are very much interested in liquidity, which is a big thing for traders, of course. So if we just click on the match column there, that will allow us to sort the races. We can see right down there we've got 2:10 at Fairyhouse is £4,000 matched, as opposed to top of the shop there at Ascot, where we've got over £500,000 matched. So again, that's going to have a big impact on the way that your ability to be able to trade races with certain strategies, just purely by the amount of money that's in the market. So very useful ability there. Again, things like the place market, we can find where we've got 2, 3 or 4 horses placed within particular fields, a number of runners as well within the race. So that will obviously again be linked to how that's going to work. We can also sort by price movements, because again this gives us an overview of how the markets are actually moving as well. So a lot of useful information here. We've also got we take a snapshot of the markets at 10 o'clock each morning, and again that just helps us to establish some trends within the particular market. So we would look at so we've got some of the best races at the top. So we've got how the market was at 10 o'clock, and we can there see who the biggest mover in the market has been. This is on Betfair, of course, over that period of time. So we can see here in the 115 at Ascot, we've got Dropout Joe, and his price basically halved there, or it's just flipped over, but it went from 60 down to 32 or 30. So the price had contracted in half there. Again, we've got more subtle movements as we go down, but again we will see that this is obviously changing all the time now as the markets are moving. As it gets closer to the off in some of the races, this information is going to be very fast moving, but again it just gives you an idea. The whole thing here is just building up a trend of what's actually going on. And then obviously if we want to just get in and look at some positions or things we can actually do to trade, I won't pick that one because that one's going to be going off very shortly. So let's pick the 3 o'clock at Ascot, for example. So we drill into there, and this immediately now takes us into the nitty-gritty of the actual screen itself and all the information that we need. So we've got some basic statistical and information about the particular race itself, which is quite useful, because again you can sort of gauge the quality of the race in the type of the race that it actually is, what the type of horses are as well, because again certain strategies are going to work in certain ways based on the quality and the type of markets they're actually involved with. So then we've got the screen effectively split into two. So we've obviously got the runners which apply. We've got the Betfair side of it, so that's the current state of the market at the moment on Betfair. And then we've got sort of our side of the market, which is the trading the horses, which is what our modelling software is using to predict or to say what the prices should be, where the prices were at 10 AM again, and what they were 10 minutes ago. So all the time we're just feeding in more information into the trader or into the user to just be able to build up a picture of what's going on within the race itself, or what's coming down the line within the race itself. Because it's the old saying, knowledge is power. As much of the information as we can present on here, we're giving you an idea of where the market's moving. You've got all the usual stuff as well when you hover over, so you can hover over the horse. You get more information there, right the way down to when it last run, what its official rating is, if it's wearing any additional headgear or anything as well, then that's all useful there. We've got standard Betfair graph. So again, this is without going out of the software itself. We've got all this information to hand, let alone when we then move across onto either Betfair site itself, or more likely into our API software, which we're going to be using to trade with, stuff like Geeks Toy, BetAngel, that sort of thing, which again is going to take this even further. But this is a overall snapshot of what's going on. It's giving you a hell of a lot of information. So we've got that obviously on the win market, we've got the place market as well, we've got more information about the particular markets with general rules as well, which are always worth familiarizing yourself with. Particularly on the place market as well, because again that goes back to whether the horse is going to be first, second or third, and one place, two places, three or four on the particular markets. So all that information is just available there. Quite crucial as well is the amount matched on the particular runners as well, which we can use there. And again, what we're looking at here, for example, is we've got the favourite there, the Young Master. Now currently the place market here is showing that it's our software is suggesting that it should be round about 1.84. The current market at the moment is 1.93, so that sort of suggests that this is trading a little bit high at the moment, and the indications are that the price should start to come in. It's obviously drifted slightly since so it's the same 10 minutes ago. It's 10 AM. I mean, it's between 10 AM it's slightly drifted. It was 4.2, now it's 4.4. 10 minutes ago it's fairly static. I mean, we've still got another couple, 1 hour 40 to the race here, but again, that's just providing information. We're seeing here instantly whether the prices are going up or down. And we've even got the ability here to be able to set a flash, so that as money comes into the market and the prices change, we'll immediately get alerted to those there. Like I say, if you then identified a particular horse that you wanted to get involved with, then you're more than likely going to have your software fired up in the background, but equally we can just click on any of these prices and it will immediately take us to the market on Betfair as well, so we can access that. We've also got access here to odds feeds from the actual bookmaker, the time form pages on Betfair as well, and the in-play video as well. So once we've actually set up our trades, if we really want to, we can go and watch the video. I mean, of the live running of a race. More likely we're going to be moving on to the next race and trading that, but again, that's more for another video when we explore this in a lot more detail. But that's just to give you a feel of the sort of thing that's available and what this tool can give you. We see one or two of the prices flashing there just as I'm talking, so that's when there's a change or there's some money being matched at that particular price. So very useful. Again, just having that information all on one screen. You can imagine trying to collate this, you'd need a bank of screens stretching however far just to try and get all that information and have access to that. And as I say, this is a critical one here, is the fact that we're looking at the place market as an indicator to say how the place and the win markets are actually going to move. So the idea is to take that information on board, and we then start drilling down perhaps a little bit more into the market. We'll look at the trends that are starting to build up on this particular horse, maybe also look at how the prices are starting to move from the horses around it, because again, the book is always going to have to be balanced in its own way. So if one horse a horse at the top of the market starts to drift, that naturally has got to adjust itself, so one of the horses in and around it is then going to start to come in a bit, and vice versa. Or we could have two horses competing against one, that sort of scenario. So all that sort of information is again going to be at hand. You're going to see it straight away here. You can then make a decision where you're going to get onto the prices either within the place or the win market and actually make your trades. So that's all really I wanted to cover today. I mean, it's just, like I say, just a general navigational type video. And just to go back to one of the things I said before, it is very useful. You'll get a lot from just sitting there and just watching the markets. I know it might be a little bit boring at first because you know the tendency is to wanting to get in there and just get trading, but just to be able to see the way that the software will make, and just take some notes and look at it, and you know, what is the software predicting, what is the software suggesting. It's saying that that run is, you know, the price is going to contract. Did it contract? How close to the off did it contract? All that sort of thing, and you start to then build an idea of what sort of trading range you're sort of comfortable with using. But as we say, there's lots of help available. Certainly the chat room is a great place to go in, get some information there, and again, the help information, drop us emails, tradingthehorses@gmail.com. Delighted to hear any information from you, and look out for the next set of videos which will go into all this stuff in a lot more detail. Okay, till next time, thank you and bye.